Live from the 412, it's Platt's point of view, y'all. Let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Platt, and this is Platt's point of view. This is the 2023 NBA Draft Preview Show. The 2023 NBA Draft will be held June 22nd at 8 p.m. in Chicago, Illinois. ABC and ESPN will televise the 2023 NBA Draft. Now, here's a few 2023 NBA Draft fun facts. The Spurs are set to make the first pick of the 2023 NBA Draft for the third time. In 1987, they took David Robinson. In 1997, they took Tim Duncan with the first pick. So, yeah, this year we already know who they're picking, so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Another fun fact, Indiana's Jalen Hood-Schifino and Duke's Derek Whitehead were high school teammates. Schifino's uncle, Jake Schifino, he played wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, and Uncle Drew was a high school basketball standout in that local Pittsburgh area. He also averaged 20 points a game at West Virginia, and he played overseas. Another fun fact, 5 players from the G League Ignite team are among the top 30 NBA prospects in the 2023 NBA Draft. You got Scoot Henderson, Leonard Miller, Saidi Sissoko, however you say his name, I'm sorry, Mohave King, and Effie Abigid. Another fun fact, Indiana's Trace Jackson Davis is the son of Dale Davis, who played 16 NBA seasons. Another fun fact, Iowa's Chris Murray is the twin brother of Sacramento forward Keegan Murray, the 4th pick of the 2022 NBA Draft. And last but not least, another fun fact, the last international player who did not play basketball at a U.S. college to be selected number 1 overall in the NBA Draft was Andre Bargnani of Italy in 2006. So let's get started with the point guards, man. I'm loving it. We're going to start with number 1, Scoot Henderson, 6'2", 195 pounds, G League Ignite. This guy is an elite point guard with insane athleticism. Think Derrick Rose, John Wall. 6'9" wingspan, which is rare for a point guard. Excellent ball handling skills. Super quick first step. He probably got to improve as a three-point shooter. He shot about 20% in G League play, but he's improving as a shooter, and I think he has the goods to be an all-star point guard for many years to come. Number 2, Anthony Black out of Arkansas, 6'7", 184 pounds. Tall point guard, he can play the 1, the 2, or the 3. He's Sean Livingston-like, in my opinion. Superb ball handler and passer. He can score, he can run an offense, he plays above the rim. Great court vision, always looking to pass. I like me some Anthony Black. Number 3, this is my guy right here. Jalen Hood-Schifino, 6'5", 215 pounds out of Indiana. Big combo guard who can run the offense. He plays with patience. You can't never speed this dude up. High basketball IQ, good mid-range shooter. He can score with the best of them. Underrated as a passer, solid defender with good lateral movement. He's versatile. You want to see how good this kid is? Go to that Purdue game, man, on Fox. He had 35 points, and, man, he looked like that dude. Number 4, Amen Thompson. He got a twin brother that I'll talk about, too. 6'7", 215 pounds, G League overtime elite. Tall, athletic, dynamic playmaker. He gonna get you to rock. Very explosive, can guard multiple positions, mean crossover dribble. Must improve his jump shot. He's about 20% from three-point range in G League play, but he's getting better. Number 5, Cason Wallace out of Kentucky. 6'3", 180 pounds, elite defender, straight lockdown defender, solid scorer, lead guard with a lot of skills. Some people say he might be the best defensive guard in this draft. Reminds me of Drew Holiday. Sleeper at the point guard position, you ask? Marcus Sasser out of Houston. 6'2", 190 pounds. He played mainly 2 guard at Houston, but at 6'2", he's going to have to play point guard in the NBA. But he can definitely run an offense and create scoring opportunities for others and himself. He's a good shooter, high motor. He plays D with a purpose. Head coach Calvin Sampson loved that guy. He loved his energy. I think he's a Lindsey Hunter clone, but I think he's more athletic than Lindsey Hunter. Let's move on to the 2 guards. Number 1, Asor Thompson. This is Amen Thompson's twin brother we just talked about. 6'7", 190 pounds, G League overtime elite. Super athletic two-way guard with lockdown defense. This guy can score. He has a high basketball IQ. There's not a lot of holes in him or his brother's game. I just think that him and they both got to improve in all areas. Sky's the limit. Him and his twin, man, they put on a show in the G League all season, man. So you better get familiar with them guys, the twins. Number 2, Keontae George, 6'4", 205 pounds out of Baylor. Straight scorer with a nice pull-up jumper. He can make NBA threes with ease. He's a slasher who can finish with either hand. Good defender. A lot of scouts saying this is Bradley Beal again. Number 3, this is my guy right here. Jordan Hawkins from Connecticut, 6'5", 177 pounds. This kid is one of the best three-point shooters in this year's draft. He's improved his dribble drive game. He can definitely get to the hoop if desired. Hawkins made 109 three-pointers this past season, 19 during UConn's NCAA tournament run. He had 5 or more threes in 7 games this past season. He's a certified flamethrower. This kid reminds me of Richard Rip Hamilton, man. I like Hawkins a lot. Number 4, Nick Smith, 6'4", 187 pounds out of Arkansas. This kid was the #1 recruit in the 2022 class. He had a knee injury that kind of derailed his freshman season, but he's a pure scoring guard with a 6'9" wingspan. He can get any shot he wants. I just think he got to be a little more consistent. He has a nice floater he likes to use, shifty ball handler with a variety of moves. Nick Smith is going to make somebody happy in the NBA. Number 5, Brandon Pozinski, 6'5", 190 pounds out of Santa Clara. This kid is a scorer who can score 20 to 25 points on any given night. He can score from all 3 levels. He's a great three-point shooter. He can get hot from three-point range. Excellent rebounder for a 2-guard. He averaged 8 rebounds a game last season. He was an NBA Combine standout. He plays hard, and scouts love this kid. Brandon's going to be tough. Sleeper at the two-guard position, you ask? How about Ricky Council out of Arkansas, 6'6", 200 pounds. He didn't have a good NBA Combine, but so what? He can guard positions 1 to 3. He's very athletic. Some say the best athlete in the draft. Excellent in transition. He loves to get on and run. The kid plays above the rim, and he's a great finisher. Going to the small forwards. Number 1, this is my guy. Brandon Miller, 6'9", 205 pounds out of Alabama. If you watch college basketball this past season, you know all about this very talented small forward, prolific scorer, 7-foot wingspan, elite athleticism, good rebounder, great three-point shooter, 44% on 7 attempts per game. I think Brandon Miller is going to be a star in the NBA. Number 2, Cam Whitmore out of Villanova, 6'8", 235 pounds. Some people don't know if he's a 3 or a 4, but I know he's an elite athlete, high-energy player who defends all over the court, nice mid-range game, solid three-point shooter. He has too much speed and power for most NBA forwards trying to guard him. Whitmore's tough. Number 3, Grady Dick out of Kansas, 6'7", 200 pounds. This guy's a good wing player with three-point range. He's versatile. He's a straight, sharp shooter with good playmaking skills. He has good basketball fundamentals, great basketball IQ. I like Grady a lot. Number 4, Derek Whitehead, 6'6", 220 pounds out of Duke. Big-time athlete, came in highly touted as a freshman. Smooth game in the open court. He can get his own shot, and he's a good three-point shooter. Shot 42% from three-point range this past season for Duke. I like Whitehead a lot. Number 5, Bilal Koulibaly out of France. 6'6", 190 pounds. He's a slashing, athletic swingman from France. Still kind of raw, but he knows how to get to the hoop and create contact. The kid is very versatile. He's very disruptive on defense. He's getting better, and he also was a teammate for Victor Wembanyama, who's going to be the #1 pick. Yeah, he helped him out a lot. Sleeper at the 2-guard position, you ask? Andre Jackson, UConn, a creative, very unique, unselfish playmaker. Loves to run in transition, gets his teammates involved, very instinctive defender. He can guard 1 to 4. He's always alert playing the passing lanes. He must be more aggressive offensively. Sometimes I think he plays a little too unselfish. But when you think athletic, versatile playmaker, you think Andre Jackson from UConn. Kind of got a little Draymond Green in him too. I think he's going to be a good NBA player. Power forwards. Number 1, Jarris Walker out of Houston, 6'8", 240 pounds. This kid is a big, strong, bulky forward. He's built like a damn barbarian, for crying out loud. 7'2" wingspan. He can play multiple positions on both ends. Tough to guard, especially when attacking the hoop. He's very quick and agile. He has a nice jump shot. He uses his speed and quickness to get past bigger players, and he uses his strength to destroy smaller players trying to watch him. Very athletic. I think this is a Larry Johnson clone, man. Real talk. Number 2, Taylor Hendricks, 6'9", 211 pounds out of Central Florida. He's a versatile big. He flew under the radar. He's a sleeper. People slept on him all season. He can guard positions 3 to 5, 7'3" wingspan, super athletic, sweet shooting stroke, excellent timing when blocking shots. He challenges everything coming close to the rim. He's a superb shot blocker, man. I'm telling you, man. Reminds me of Theo Ratliff. You see this guy ball. Number 3, Chris Murray, 6'8", 230 pounds out of Iowa. Smooth athleticism, very efficient left-handed guy. He moves well without the ball. Underrated playmaker, good fundamentals, good shooter. I think he's actually a perfect 3-and-D player for today's NBA game. Number 4, how about Gregory G.G. Jackson out of South Carolina? 6'9", 210 pounds. This kid is only 18 years old. He's a former fast-star recruit, long, wiry, and athletic. This guy got some bounce. Power forward, he got a lot of upside, 7-foot wingspan, decent low post scorer. He can be streaky at times. Sometimes I question his shot selection, but I like him overall. Number 5, this is my favorite guy on this list. Trace Jackson Davis out of Indiana. 6'9", 235 pounds. Very talented big who can pass, rebound, and score. He has a nice mid-range and post-up game. He always plays hard. He's a good defender and a solid rim protector. I think whoever gets this guy, they're going to fall in love with him. He got NBA bloodlines, Dale Davis' son. So, yeah, you know he got that dog in him. Sleeper at the power forward position, Adama Sanogo, 6'9", 245 pounds out of UConn. Old school, back to the basket big man with a nice touch around the hoop. He's finesse around the rim. He's a good rebounder, gets in good position, plays hard on both ends. And it's possible that, you know, he was the most outstanding player in the NCAA tournament. It's possibly he can go undrafted, which I think is crazy. But all in all, I think Sanogo will be on the NBA roster when the NBA season starts. You know, during the tournament, he averaged 18 and 9. I think he shot 57% from the floor. So this guy can play in big games. He made 19 threes this past season. So he's expanding his range. I think he can be a more athletic Malik Rose. Let's go on to the centers. Number 1, Victor Wembanyama, 7'4", 230 pounds out of France. This kid is probably the most intriguing prospect in NBA history. You hear me? 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan, which is unbelievable. This guy can do everything. He can handle the rock. He'll definitely meet you at the rim. He can shoot. He'll meet you at the rim for a block. Wembanyama showed off his skill set in the G League showcase earlier this year. For those of y'all that thinking he can't play, he had 37 points, 4 rebounds, 5 blocks. He was 11 of 20 from the field, 7 out of 11 from three-point range. And this was against G League Ignite, which has a bunch of players that are going to get drafted in this class. And these will be the dudes he'll be playing against in the future, man. I think Victor Wembanyama is going to be a stud. Number 2, Derek Lively, 7'1", 235 pounds out of Duke. Kind of reminds me of Tyson Chandler. This bouncy, athletic 7-footer is a force in the paint. He's a straight game changer on defense. He scores mainly on lobs, putbacks, stuff like that. But at NBA workouts recently, he's been showing teams that he can shoot the ball. He recently made 11 threes in a workout. And if he improves offensively, sky's the limit. He'll be Tyson Chandler with an offensive game. Imagine that. Number 3, James Nanji, 6'10", 240 pounds out of Barcelona. This kid's only 18 years old. Raw, super athletic with big time potential if he can put it all together, man. I'm telling you. Very strong and nimble. Scouts love his size, power, and mobility. He's a good defender, and he's an excellent finisher around the rim. Number 4, Oscar Tshiebwe, 6'9", 250 pounds out of Kentucky. One of the best rebounders we've ever seen in college basketball, guaranteed. 7'4" wingspan, somewhat still limited offensively, relentless on the glass, but he has a knack for getting rebounds, offense and defense. He goes after it with both hands. He's gotten better as a mid-range shooter. He also gets a lot of buckets off putbacks and misses. I think this kid is Ben Wallace, a little bit better offensively at this stage in his career. I think Oscar Tshiebwe is going to be a monster in the NBA. I got some more sleepers, man. Let's go. How about Imani Bates? 6'9", 178 pounds. He'll probably play 2 guard out of Eastern Michigan. Bates is a slender 6'9" scoring guard who can shoot. He's not very athletic, but he was once considered a generational type prospect 2 years ago. He had injuries and other issues at Memphis. He transferred to Eastern Michigan, gets past the off-the-field issue or whatever this past season and becomes a certified scorer. But questions still remain about Imani Bates and his maturity. I think Bates will sign one of those 2-way contracts and he'll play in the NBA and the G League his rookie year. And after that, I think he'll take off once he gets the hang of the game, the NBA game. I like Imani Bates, though. Next up, how about Drew Timme? Power forward, 6'10", 230 pounds out of Gonzaga. Seems like he's been in college forever. 4-year starter, excellent low post scorer, excellent footwork. He got footwork like Kevin McHale. He can score and shoot with the best of them, but questions remain about his defense and athleticism. I think Drew Timme is going to shock people. Next up, another sleeper. This is my guy right here. Nobody's talking about him. How about Bryce Sensabaugh? Swingman, 6'6", 220 pounds. He's probably going to play the 2 or the 3 in the NBA out of Ohio State. This kid is very underrated. This guy can flat out shoot the ball. 45% on catch and shoot threes. I like him a lot, and I think he's going to come right in and help an NBA team. Another guy I like, Olivier Maxis Prosper. His nickname is O-Max, out of Marquette. 6'8", 227 pounds. This talented Canadian native who got to college through the NBA Academy, the NBA Latin Academy of America. He was an NBA combat star, very skilled offensively. He's improved every year as a three-point shooter and ball handler. Scouts love his motor and physicality. Like I said, he was a combat star. They was loving that guy. So we'll see what happens at the next level. Another kid I'm high on, Jet Howard. Small forward shooting guard, 6'7", 213 pounds out of Michigan. He's a very talented swingman, a former top 50 recruit, three-point sniper. At 37% a clip from three-point range this past season. He shot 7 threes a game, so that's pretty good. He has a nice combination of shooting, passing, and he has a high basketball IQ. His NBA bloodline, son of Juwan Howard, former Fab 5 member who played in the NBA for over 10 years. So I think Jet Howard has a long NBA future, definitely. So you want to know players that I think are going to have a good NBA career out of this class? Let's start with Jalen Hood-Schifino. I think this is Spencer Dinwiddie, Malcolm Brogdon 2.0. I think he's a little bit more explosive than both of those guys, though. Scoot Henderson. I expect multiple all-star appearances. This dude is going to bring it, man. I'm telling you. Victor Wembanyama. Basically, this is 7'4" Kevin Durant, who should shine under the guidance of Greg Popovich and his staff. They're good at developing big men down there in San Antonio. Next up, I like Jordan Hawkins out of Connecticut. I think he'll be a top 10 NBA shooter for years to come. That guy can let it go, man. Next, how about Taylor Hendricks from Central Florida? I talked about him. I think this is Theo Ratliff with more offense. Definitely. Next up, Grady Dick. The NBA always needs shooters. Grady is Luke Kennard, the right-handed version. I think he has more basketball intangibles than Luke Kennard to bring to the table. Another guy I really like, Anthony Black, man, out of Arkansas. I think he's going to be a solid NBA point guard for years to come. Also, remember I told you about the twins, Ausar and Amen Thompson. Please get familiar with these guys, America. The Twins are coming. They're two athletic players with some serious game, man. Them Twins is nice. How about Derek Whitehead? At Duke, he wasn't able to really show his full skill set. But guess what? In the NBA, it'll be on full display. Derek Whitehead gonna shock a lot of people in the NBA. Also, man, Leonard Miller from the G League. He's a rising Canadian prospect. He averaged 17 points, 11 rebounds. He shot 56% from the floor in G League play. Like I said, he's 6'11", 212 pounds with a 7'2" wingspan. The kid plays hard. He does a lot of dirty work, and he's improved a lot since last season. Scouts are taking notice. He'll probably be drafted in the first round, guaranteed. And last but not least, man, who I think is going to be the rookie of the year out of this class? I'm going with Scoot Henderson, man. I just think he's special. I think he's going to make an immediate impact. He's so quick, athletic, and explosive. Like, yeah, Scoot Henderson about to take the NBA by storm, man. He's going to get a nice fan base. I love me some Scoot Henderson. And thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the 2023 NBA Draft Show, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.
CJ on the